Hey guys, Pochi here. Haven't done one of these face-to-face videos in a long time, actually. I think the last time I did was on my phone when I had kind of a much more chubby, cut off the beard, don't look like a meatball anymore. Now I'm a deflated meatball, so take that as you will. As per the title, as you can see above me, oh, it's below me now, right? Fuck, YouTube. Uh, I'm gonna talk about my history with the MMOs in general. MMOs have been part of my life for quite some time, like probably all of my life. Um, so I didn't get my first computer till I was 3 in like 98. My parents had bought a Windows 98 Plus Edition PC by Gateway 2000. Now, it was Gateway, but for some reason in the late 90s, everyone was so excited for the new millennium 2000 that everything had 2000. SimCity 2000, WrestleMania 2000. So that seemed to be the big thing. Even if it wasn't like the 2000th edition or anything, or it was like few years after, everything was 2000 for some reason. But kind of like how N64 games had all 64, but that's besides the point. So I got my first computer there. I didn't play any MMOs on that thing. It lasted to be a few years, but the reason why I didn't play any MMOs on it because I didn't get internet till much later in my life, and I didn't know anything about MMOs until I actually got a console, which is kind of ironic. My first MMO that I've ever played was actually Phantasy Star Online. I played on the Dreamcast, which I actually have right here, as you can see. This cool a little gamepad here with the. Let's take this out. There it is, the VMU. Cool little thing. I love this console to death. Some of my favorite games are on this thing, especially some of my fighting game, Fnatic. I love this game. I love this console. Uh, I got these controllers for cheap too. Like you guys, I got like $10 each at a local place. I only had two controllers. Now I have a light blue one and like gray one of these. So that's pretty awesome. So thanks to the dude that hooked me up. But yeah, played Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast. Basically, Phantasy Star Online. The gist of it, it was an MMO definitely, but it wasn't like you leveled up in like quests and stuff. It was, think of it like Destiny, where if you play Destiny now, you get to a hub, you grind a little bit, you get some gear, and you keep progressing that way. But I believe Phantasy Star Online is just better than what Destiny was trying to really do. Destiny 1 really kind of came on the scene trying to be the next Phantasy Star, and Destiny 2 kind of fell on its ass. Like Destiny 1 fell on its ass, then they re-released it, but again, it's another topic for another day. I kind of go on tangents, so I apologize for that. But yeah, Phantasy Star Online was the first MMO on Dreamcast. Just a side note before I go on, you can actually play Phantasy Star Online, the original, still on these consoles, on the Dreamcast, on the Xbox, on GameCube, on PlayStation 2, and on PC, which is the Blueburst version. I recommend the PC version, Blueburst, because it's the easiest to set up for private servers, and you get extra content, which is awesome. Actually, Blueburst came out at the end of like the Dreamcast lifespan, so they actually like kept the game going alive, and it was cross-platform too, which was pretty fucking sick for the like early 2000s. Like you can play, depending on the episodes, you can play like fucking oh, I'm on a Dreamcast, but my friend's on PC. Oh, we want to do episode one stuff. Oh, let's go. We can all play. Like that's crazy to me how this is not centralized in 2018, but it was possible in the year 2000. So good on you, Sega, for doing that. But my first MMO on PC was actually RuneScape. Now, RuneScape was attractive to me because, of course, it's free. Now, I played on the original, like the first OSRS, like when that dropped. Like I'm talking about everyone in my elementary school, middle school was like, yo, you gotta play RuneScape. It is the greatest thing ever. And I remember I was at one of my cousin's house, and we had she had her computer set up, and she had like one of those trackball mouse, like the ones with like the ball on top. Horrendous mouse once you think about it, but for some reason I used to love using that thing for RuneScape because just moving the stuff around was pretty cool. So I played a shit ton of RuneScape. Never was much of a PKer until like when OSRS dropped recently. Now I'm like I want to PK a lot, but I never was when I was a kid. I really just liked interacting with people, which was the main thing why wanted to see more of MMOs, because interacting with people that isn't right next to you was such a foreign thing to me. So RuneScape, don't really have to go in depth. Everyone kind of knows what RuneScape is, especially if you watch this channel. You should know what RuneScape is. The next one, which is no brainer, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft has been part of my life since its inception. I played open beta of '04, which was pretty cool. That was amazing. I still remember the whole last day where basically every raid boss just appeared, and being a 10-year-old kid with like a shitty HP Media Center PC, that actually had an AMD Radeon graphics card, which is kind of crazy, which is why it ran vanilla pretty well. Um, I had to buy it, but I'm a 10-year-old with no money, and my parents didn't want to do subscription stuff, so my cousin actually had bought the game, and I was using his account. Haha, account sharing. I'm gonna get banned. Um, so I didn't get an account until early to mid 2006. Um, so basically towards the end of Vanilla's lifespan, I didn't get my own account, but I was playing Vanilla. I really didn't get hardcore in World of Warcraft till the end of Vanilla, beginning of BC. I did a lot of raiding in BC. Uh, with just a lot of my friends from school. Like this is what I miss about World of Warcraft now is that, just going to school and like people are like, yo, being in a guild where your friends that live so close is so awesome. I'm kind of sad that we never kind of land like we always wanted to. But WoW is something that's been steady in my life. I'm still sub today to retail. Does that mean I enjoy retail? Probably not. Retail is just something that, my girlfriend who's been in a lot of my videos of late, or my streams, I should say, plays retail too, and we raid sometimes and stuff. But it doesn't mean I completely hate the game. I just not my cup of tea. But I'm still sub to them, so you know, good on that, Blizzard for keeping me sub somehow. But we're waiting on Classic. 7 months now. 7 months without any update. That's crazy. But I hope we get an update soon. The next, I guess not really next, but just in between, because WoW, like I said, since it's always been, I've been there since its inception. But there were some times if I post my account information where it's just like, you didn't play for like 6 months. What happened? Well, uh, my mom actually had gotten a new credit card because of fraud. So when I asked her to switch it, she was like, hell no. So I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? So I transitioned to free-to-play games, like free-to-play MMOs. So a big one I played a lot was Rose Online. A lot of the Nexon games really got big with me, like Mabinogi, MapleStory, um, games like that. Free-to-play stuff were so cool to me, uh, and I definitely had fun doing them. Obviously, if I played them now, I'd be like, what the fuck was I doing? But being a teenager, not really having a job or any allowance ever, that really helped me, break the kind of boredom I had because I always wanted to play MMOs. But then afterwards, once I kind of noticed that free to play stuff was like, kind of pay to win. I started noticing that too. A lot of stuff was pay to win. I realized very quickly that there were people playing World of Warcraft without paying for it, and I remember my buddy from school told me about it, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you can play without like paying for it?" He's like, "Yeah, you can like just go on this website, follow what it says," and I was always skeptical about it because I was really worried that I was going to get banned somehow of my regular account, even though it was inactive. Ha, inactive. Um, Only a few will get that. But I tried it out. It was BC server was the first thing I did, and it's probably shitty as hell. I'm talking like 2000, late 2008 BC server. Um, and then I came back from Wrath and stuff, but I always transitioned from uh, regular like live to private server when I never had time. I never had money to like buy a 60-day card until I got enough money, like made my own money so I can pay a card for retail. Um, I would always do that, just go from private server to live back and forth, and that was another interesting experience. Kind of just kept me from not being bored and not missing the game. Because honestly, as much as I can diss on the game now, it's like you definitely miss just logging on this product and be like, hey, like playing a game that you really enjoy and you've enjoyed for so long. It's kind of sad. But I was doing that, and that could be a whole nother topic about private servers I've been on and what I've done in the scene. But I guess after that, more recently what I've been doing is, I was playing on Lights Hope, but I didn't really go hardcore on Late Hope. I'm most likely gonna go ham on Fresh when it comes out next month. No 100% guarantee, but I'll try to. But in terms of recent MMOs, like actual MMOs, I've tried out a lot of the other free-to-play stuff. Actually, WildStar was one of them. WildStar, when that dropped, I remember it was the middle of Cataclysm or Mist. I think it was Cataclysm or Mist. I forget which expansion. But a lot of my guild from Ravenholt actually dropped WoW just to play WildStar because they were advertising the vanilla people are there and it's going to be amazing. And I was like, sure, let's go, let's do it. And we went in and we went hardcore in it for like a few months, and then we realized very quickly that it was kind of shitty, and it's a paid service at the time. So I went to that, and then the next really paid service I did was Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy, which I'm still playing right now actually, on and off with Barbara, having fun. I think Final Fantasy 14 is a really good MMO. I think it really fits the niche for some people. It's not for everybody. WoW was for everybody when it dropped. I think that's why WoW was so good, because everyone can go and enjoy, find something on it. Final Fantasy is trying to do that, especially with their content. I think the game looks gorgeous for the most part. Their leveling system is pretty good. Classes are pretty good. Nothing's really boring in the game. It's just not everyone's cup of tea. So, like, if you don't like Final Fantasy, you're not gonna like the game probably. Unlike WoW, like most people knew about Warcraft, but some people that didn't like Warcraft liked WoW. Like Final Fantasy 14 does not have that appeal yet. But that's like really for my recent MMOs that I played, you know, and of course retail, which I am in the Battle for Azeroth beta, which I haven't progressed anywhere after 111. For reasons other than like I just got bored. Like I wanna give everything a fair shot, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go to 120 and I'll give another opinion on what I think about BFA beta for what I see, because it is beta, so I can't really diss it 100% like if it's like everyone has it yet. So I guess I want to end this now with just my hopes and concerns of like the MMO genre as a whole. Being somebody that's played MMO since they were like 8 to 9 years old, and I'm 24 now, this genre has been with me for as long as I can remember. It's one of my favorite genres of all time. I wish the genre just didn't like stagnate so bad. And it's I'm hoping that these new MMOs like Pantheon and Ashes of Creation come out and succeed really hard, because we need something fresh to come in and get everyone's attention. I'm talking about the magnitude like WoW. Like WoW dropped, they thought there was going to be like 100,000. They had millions of people playing. Nothing like that's happened since maybe Final Fantasy. Maybe it was the most recent one. I don't even know what the numbers are, but I know it's pretty big. I know it's the second biggest one behind WoW. But I want another, like a big one, like everyone, like even people that don't even fucking play MMORPGs, like I need to play this because everyone else is. Kind of like the Fortnite effect. Have that in an MMO. I would love that to happen, because I think the MMO needs a jolt. And these two, Ashes of Creation and Pantheon, are offering two different experiences. So it's two different shots, really. What's going to work out? So I'm praying that they work out. I guess my concern for the MMO genre is that these two just flop bad, and then the MMO genre is going to stagnate, and it's just going to crash and burn. I mean, it's been stagnant since WoW dropped, honestly. We've had a bunch of WoW attempts, like WoW killer attempts. Let's say Terra, Rift was a big one. I mean, we're not in Azeroth anymore. Like, what a big campaign they did, and it just did not like fit the bill. And that's why WoW is a blessing and a curse, because WoW was so good and did such a good thing of like standardizing what a modern MMO was, that everyone trying to emulate it did not put enough of their own flair. So people notice, like people aren't stupid. They'll notice if they're playing something that's literally what they've played before, and they'll drop it in a heartbeat. And unfortunately, that's where we're at right now in terms of the MMOs. People know what they're gonna, people are already know what they're expecting. Like Bless Online is an example. Bless Online, some of the shit looks pretty cool, but it's like, what are you offering me other than like what WoW isn't already offering me, right? Pantheon, on the other hand, is offering me open instance, not non-instance dungeons. Like that's fucking cool. Like no one has done that like in a long time. Like they're going an approach where, of course, they're inspired from like RuneScape and older games, but they're going an approach which is like hasn't been done in such a long time. So I think Pantheon, out of Pantheon and Ashes, Pantheon might have the biggest like shot at like actually succeeding as a whole and getting people to play the game. Like branching out to everybody. Like I'm calling it the Fortnite effect because Fortnite right now is like the #1 game right now. So if it can do that, you know, I'll be happy as an MMO fan. And I think that's it. You know, kind of a pretty long video, like almost 15, 16 minutes. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future if you guys liked it. Sorry if I rambled on too much or if I didn't really stay on topic. I'm kind of not new at doing these kind of things, but I want to make them better. And just give me your feedback and just share your opinions, like your history on MMOs. When did you start playing? I would love to hear it in the comments down below, and I'll try to respond to everybody because I want to interact with you guys and I want to grow this channel. I want to grow this channel just be nice and chill, So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, actually, this is funny. Before I forget, this video is going to be uploaded on Tuesday, so today. I will be streaming in a few hours after this video probably gets up. So twitch.tv/Pochilin. I'm going to link it in the description as well. I'll be streaming some WildStar probably, and that's funny because WildStar is free to play and it's probably shit, but I'm itching to see what they're offering. What are they doing? So if you guys want to see me just fuck around on WildStar, just click on that link, and I'll see you guys there.